So chapter 2.7, example number 11 asks us, it gives us an equation, y equals negative 1/2 times the absolute value of 4x minus 5 plus 3, and it tells us to determine the x values for which the y values are negative. So this question is asking, let's say we have a graph where it's the negative absolute value, it looks something like this. It's asking for what x values are the y values negative. And we can see that the y values are negative here. So from here on, the x values on this side will give us negative y values. And it's going to be the same on this side. Since the y values are negative here, this x value and onwards is going to give us negative y values. So we can solve this by first isolating that absolute value. Let me just rewrite the equation. Y equals negative 1/2 times the absolute value of 4x minus 5 plus 3. Okay, so we want to know where all these y values are less than 0. So we have this inequality less than 0. And then from here we start isolating that absolute value. So if we subtract 3 from both sides, we end up with less than negative 3. And then we're going to divide by negative 1/2 on both sides. So this goes away. Then we have absolute value for x minus 5. And when we divide by a negative, that sign is going to flip. Then from here, the setup is going to look like this, greater than 6. And then we can break this down into two separate ones. So we have negative 6 is greater than 4x minus 5. And then 4x minus 5 is greater than 6. So we're going to solve these separately. Let's add 5 to both sides here. Then we get negative 1 greater than 4x. So x is less than negative 1/4. And then on this side, we have, let's add 5 here, 5 here. 4x is greater than 11. So x is greater than 11/4. So what this means is, let's say we have a graph here. Let's say the point negative 1/4 is somewhere over here, and the point 11/4 is somewhere over here. What happens is everything less than negative 1/4 is going to give us negative y values, and everything greater than 11/4 is going to give us positive y values. Say the graph looks something like that. The important thing to note is that at 11/4 and at negative 1/4, your y is actually going to be 0. So these points are not included in giving us negative y values.